Good morning, guys. So let us start with the program number 5. So program number 5 is regarding write a program to implement a neo Bayesian classifier for sample training data set, which is stored as a CSV file. So we have to compute its accuracy of the classifier considering the few test data sets. So here we are taking the data set as the diabetes patients data set, that is from one of the hospital what we got. So based on that new data set we are going to check out, we are going to implement the new Bayesian classifier. So to revise back the new Bayesian classifier, I have a small video clip. We will just listen to it and we will go further for our program. Right.
Okay, so first see the concept behind the naive Bayes classifier. So what is naive Bayes classifier? It is a supervised learning algorithm that is used for classification. Now, what is supervised learning algorithm? These are the algorithms that are basically used for the data that can be categorized. For example, if I have a set of images of dogs and cats, so I can categorize that this particular type of image belongs to dog category, this particular type of images belongs to cat category. So what we are doing is I'm categorizing it or classifying the images. Okay, so here in the naive Bayes classifier, it is based on Bayes theorem. Okay, you must have encountered these equations before. Okay, this is basically that the probability of finding the event A when the event B has occurred. This is known as posterior probability. That is probability of event after an event has occurred. Then it is equals to probability of B by A into probability of A divided by probability of B, where this probability of A is prior probability, that is probability of event before an event. So what we are doing is finding the probability after an event has occurred and finding the probability before an event has occurred. Okay. So now let's see the aim and our data set of the naive Bayes classifier. So before starting the aim, we will understand what is our data set is. So we are having a document, this document containing a lot of text, where each text is already been classified as sports and non-sports, sports and non-sports. What we will do, we will train our model based on this data. After training, we are going to classify any new text. For example, now if I get a very close game, now I am trying to classify it or categorize it whether it belongs to sports category or it will belongs to non-sports category. So this is what our aim and data set was. Okay, so now let's see the concept behind this. I have a new sentence. I will find the probability that this sentence belongs to sports category, or I will find this particular sentence belongs to non-sports category. Whatever the probability will be greater, that will be my answer. Okay, but now see how to find the probability. So I have this sentence, a very close game. Now to finding the probability, I have to calculate the probability of each and every word over here. So that's why the probability of a very close game will be probability of A into B into very into close into game. Now I will assume that that particular probability will belong to sports, then what will be its probability? So I have to calculate the probability of each word with respect to that particular category. So probability of A with respect to sports, probability of very with respect to sports, close with respect to sports, and game with respect to sports. And same I will do with non-sports category. This whole process is known as feature engineering, which is the very first step of naive Bayes classifier. Okay, so now let's see how to calculate the probabilities. So I have a sentence that is a very close game. Okay, so now if I find the probability of A with respect to sports category, so how I'm going to do it? This is my sports. How many sports are there? 1, 2 and 3. And this how many times A is coming? A here is coming, and here it is coming. So 2 times it is coming. So that's why in numerator here it is 2. And how many words are there in sports? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So total number. So the total number of words in sports is 11. So 2 by 11. Similarly, when I will do for probability of very with respect to sports, I will calculate how many times very is coming. So very is coming only one time over here, and total number of words in sports is how much? 11. So the probability of very by sports will be 1 by 11. Now let's see, here comes one interesting thing. When we will encounter the word close, so we know that there is no a single word close in the sports category. You can see there is nowhere there is a close. So the probability of close with respect to sports will be 0 by 11. Now since this probability is 0, it will make the probability of this sentence belonging to sports as 0. But as you know, it's not correct, because there could be many sentences which are not present in the many words that are not present in the data set. So we have to solve this problem, and this could be solved by using our Laplace smoothing. So it has a very complex equation, that is theta of I is equals to xi plus alpha upon n plus alpha d. Okay, so what is this theta I? In simple words, it is probability of word. What is xi? Xi is this, your total number of word, your number of that particular word coming in that particular category, that is word count. Then alpha is something which we are adding in the numerator, that is alpha is always greater than 0, and mainly its value is equals to 1. Okay, now what is this n? This n is 11, that is the total number of words that are present in the particular category. Here it was the total number of that particular word, like this word present, and here is the total number of words that are present in the category. Okay, now since we are adding something in numerator, that too we are adding 1, but you know the probability is always less than 1. So obviously we have to add something more in the denominator to make the probability less than 1. So that's why we are adding this term alpha d. So alpha is what? That is 1. What is d? D is that number of unique or distinct words. What does this mean, unique or distinct words? That means like how many words are there? A great game, the election was over, a very clean match. Now see again, a clean but forgettable game. So this A is repeated. So we will count it only one time, that is distinct words. Then clean is coming 2 times. So like this distinct words we will calculate. So here we find that the total number of distinct or unique words is how much? 14. Okay. So in the simple words, how it will be? Probability of word is equals to word count plus 1 divided by how many words are there in the particular category plus number of unique words. So now let's see an example, it will clear the entire thing. So now see, we will calculate again. Now the probability of close with respect to sports, as we know, we don't have any word in the sports category, and the total number of words are how much? 11. Now what will you do? Add 1 and extra in the numerator, and then the number of unique distinct words, so that were 14. So like this, the probability of close with respect to sports will be this much. Similarly, when we have to calculate for all other words like very and game. So probability of A with respect to sports will be here. How many times A was coming? 2, and how many total words were? 11. Then we will add 1 in the numerator and also the total number of distinct words. Similarly for very and similarly for game. Now guys, just try by your own for finding the probability of this particular words with respect to not sports category. Find the probability. If you have any problem, then you can just contact us. Okay, the email ID is provided in the description. Okay, so now after finding all the probabilities, we will put it in our final formula, that is the probability of this sentence belong to the sports category. This will be this. Find this, substitute all the values, then calculate it. The answer will be 0.40 into 461. Similarly, we will find for the not sports category. After substituting the values, we get 0.40143. Now you see, the probability of this particular sentence belong to sports is greater than the probability of this sentence not belonging to sports, and thus we will come to a conclusion that this particular sentence will belong to the sports category.
Next, we will implement the same in Python. So stay tuned with us. Do like, subscribe and share.
Okay guys, I hope you understood the Naive Bayesian classifier. So here in the program number 5, we are going to take some sample as an input. So based on that, we are going to get the accuracy of the classifier, so whether how the classifier is working. Okay, so it is what here we are taking the input of the data set, input as the some diabetes patient data set. Okay, I will just show you how the data set looks like. So this is the data set, around some 173 data set. Okay, so it is what something we can say like diabetes patients data set. It is totally from one of the reputed hospital. So we are not going to concentrate much over that, but we are just trying to check the accuracy of the classifier. So how to check the accuracy of the classifier? Let us go back to our program and let us execute it. So here is this our program. So this program is here we have we are defining different functions here, like one of the function is going to load or read your CSV file, that is the diabetes patients data set. Okay, so we are further going to apply the algorithm. Okay, that is splitting the data set separating the by classifier. So compute the mean standard, summarize the Bayesian classifier, then estimate the probability what we can do, then calculate the probabilities what we estimated, then predict the output, then perform the classification on the output again and see that what is the accuracy we are going to get it. Okay, that is what being implemented as accordingly what we just understood from the video clip previously. So already it has been loaded. So what I am going to do is I am going to run this file and check out what we are going to get the output. So this is the lab number 5. So this is the output. So here the total number of instances available is around some 768. So number of input what the training what we are doing is on 768 data set. So among that the present 8 we are having 8 attributes values. So like attributes, how many are there? 8 are there. So first 5 instances of the data sets among the 768 we are displaying here on the screen. So once the data is split into training and testing set, we are having training examples around from 768 to 615 is being taken as a training examples, and among that 153 are taken as the testing examples. Testing in the sense what we are giving that as an input for testing it. So accuracy what we got for this run is around 32.67%. So again if we do again rerun, the accuracy value changes. Okay, the accuracy value changes. So this is what lab number 5 we are executing. You can just check it out, the accuracy of the Bayesian classifier. Again it is got changed to 30.71. so it is based on the predict analysis what we are going to do. Okay, so again here the set of a training example data set and set of the test example data set is set. It is going to be fixed, I think so. So let us rerun the code and check out that. Okay, that has been fixed, and this time I am getting the 67.32 as a accuracy of the Bayesian classifier. So once we do start training the data set, please try to see that the accuracy level when it is very high, please do consider that trained data set as an data set which is kept for training, which is a trained one. So once we give the input for such type of trained data set which is having more accuracy level, then you are going to have a good result. Okay, so now this is what regarding the lab number 5. So this is what a pre-executed data. So let us go and see how we can execute it now. So I am going to the file, I am going to create a new okay, fine. So I'm going to create a new new Python file. So here I am going to give the name of the file as lab5, and I am going to press enter. So already we have the program file in your executable documentation what I already kept in your Google Classroom. I am just going to copy it and I am going to paste it in my So here what is that I am going to read is from the place where I have placed my data set. So it is in the folder what I already told you. So here is what new data available for me. So here I am going to run the file lab number 5. Okay, so it is executing perfectly, but this time you can see the accuracy level I got very less. So this can't be taken as a trained data set. So if we want to do consider, previously we got another accuracy level that is around some 67.32. so this is what the best trained data set what we are having. So this can be taken as the data set that can be used for the input data set to check it out whether we are going to how much accuracy we are going to get it. So this is what regarding the lab number 5. So since lab number 5 and lab number 6 are almost related, let us do check out with the lab number 6 also. So here in the lab number 6 we are going to take the input as the text. Okay, so in the previous video we understood that we are going to take this classifier to classify the different types of data sets. Either it can be a text or else it can be a data set with the attribute values. So we checked with the attribute values, now we are going to check out with the text. So let me show you the data set with the sixth program. Okay, so let me check out with the statement of the sixth program. What does the sixth program states? Okay, so we have to assume a set of documents that is need to be classified. So we are using the naive base classifier model to perform this task. So here we can either build an application API to write the program. So API we no need. Here we are using Python, so we are using PyCharm as an IDE. So here we need to further calculate the accuracy, precision and recall for your dataset. Okay, so let me now show you the dataset for program number 6 as a text we are going to provide you. So this is what the data set as a text we are going to provide. So here we have taken different things like positive value as well as the negative value. So positive thoughts as well as the negative thoughts, what we can say. So I love this sandwich, so it is one of the positive thought. So if it is like I don't like this restaurant, so this is what the negative statement what we are going to do. I am tired of this stuff, this is what another negative statement what we can do. I do not like the taste of this juice, that is what negative statement. This is an awesome place, this is one of the positive statement what we can say. Okay, so based on this positive and negative text whatever we have, we need to classify, we will provide one input. So based on this data set what is been provided, it should recognize that and it should give me either it is a belongs to positive and it is belong to negative. Okay, that is what we are going to do. Fine, let us check the code now. Fine. So this is the code regarding. So further this supportive program for checking out with the code is been there available in your Google Classroom as the program number 6 explanation folder. So kindly check it from there and try to understand the code. Now I am not going to waste much of our time and I am going to conclude this very as quick as possible. Okay. Fine, let me run this code. Okay, fine. So here you can see the output. The total number of instances in the data set is 18 what we have inputted as a CSV. So here the message and its label of the first 5 instances are here listed below. So the message is that first 5 instances. So I love this sandwich, that is taken as a positive. This is an amazing place, that is a positive. I feel it very good about these beads, so it is a positive like this. So data set is split into training and testing samples. So here we are taking 13 instances as training and 5 instances as a testing one. So the total feature extracted using the counter vectorizer is 40. So that is what you can see now, 5 rows by 40 columns. Okay, so the classification result of the testing samples are given below. So the classification results of testing samples in the sense what the statements we have taken it as an for testing. Okay, so first one we have taken my boss is horrible. So this one produced the result that is negative, as because this is a negative thought. So I can't deal with this. So this is also negative. Oh, so this is an awesome place. So based on the trained data set, we are since it is a very awesome, it is called a positive. So we will have a good fun tomorrow. So this is one taken as a negative. I feel very good about these beers. So this is taken as a negative. So earlier once we do consider as an input I feel very good about these beats. So this was one of the positive statement, and this was an amazing place. That is a positive. We can't take it as every time we will get as a positive set. Okay, so anyway, these two values should be positive, but we are getting it as a negative. So that is what the machine learning algorithm. So we need to okay. So accuracy of the classifier is around some 60 percentage. So rest of the 40 percentage among based on the data set what we just checked it. So this two we got negative instead of positive. So since what 40% is got reduced, so rest of the things out of 5 once we do consider, so these 3 we got the accurate result according to what we have tested it among the other 15 statements. So that is what we got the 60% as the result. Okay, so fine. So this is what regarding your Bayesian classifier, that is what Bayes classifier with the text as an input. So this is regarding the lab 6. Now let us check out, this is what a pre-executed lab 6 program. So let me check out with how can we go for the new one. So I am going to file, I am going to create a new file. 1 second, let me activate the things here. Fine. So once it has been loaded properly, let me go for a new. So this is a Python file. So I'm going to name it as a lab 6 and press enter. So I got a new editor here. So here in the document what I kept in your Google Classroom, here program number 6 is available. Okay, so no need to worry about what we are going to do, just we are going to copy it right now. So Control C will copy my document, Control V will paste it, and then let us go and run this file. Okay, so lab 6, okay, so we got an error here that sklearn. Okay, sklearn, it is what something package is missing. So this is what regarding sklearn what I am telling. So sklearn is one of the set package available online. So this sklearn is a set of collection of different what to say libraries that is required for a particular algorithm to run properly. So let us download that. Let us go download that. So go to terminal, and write the command pip install sklearn. So press enter. So if you are online, so it will start downloading from the online. So it is what now you can observe on the screen, it is downloading the sklearn package. So it is around some 6.1 MB. So it depends on the network whether it is very highly speed or it is speed of the network is very less. So if it is a very speed network you have got available with you, then it will be done within a fraction of seconds. So now it is taking more time as because the network connectivity with me is very poor. Quite anyway. Four MB of the library file is downloaded. So this is what regarding the how we can download the package here. Okay, since it is taking very long time to download, let us see, it is about to end now. 5.9 MB has been done. Okay, now it is installing the whatever the packages are been downloaded. So sklearn is what it is, again a classifier what is used. So here this classifier is having different again what is that, different packages available to help run our program. Okay, right. So let us check out let it run at the back end. So let us check out whatever the previous program output. So this is what we had, first 5 instances that is been listed as it is. So among that training data sets what we have taken is 13. So these 13 are been trained, so out of which we have taken random. So it was totally 18 text lines were there, that is instances were there, out of which 13 are taken as the training data set, and another 5 are been taken as the things for testing it. So this is what down you can observe the 5 statements what are been taken for testing. So once testing my boss is horrible, this is what same result we got. I can't deal with this, this is also same result we got. This is an awesome place, this is also we got very same. The thing what we got negative is with these two. Okay, these should be again a positive. That's what our accuracy of the classifier is around some 60% only. Okay, 60% only. This is what regarding it is been shown in the form of a fractional value. So according to percentage, if we do consider, it is a 60% out of 100, as because we do got 2 negative values. So let us go back to our live. Okay, so this is what successfully installed the sklearn. Okay, so sklearn is what again a package, that is a package what is required for running your program number 6. So please download it. So once I do download and try to rerun the code, that is a lab 6, just check it out, we will get the output. Fine. Okay, so every time once we do can check it out again, the output. So totally 13 are taken as the training data set, testing data set are 5. So these testing data set 5 can be taken anything. So this can be recurring. Okay, we can't say that this is the only statement what we are going to test every time. It is not fixed. Okay, so based on that we are going to get the accuracy. So again we got the accuracy as same, that is a 60% only, as because 2 values are negative. I love this sandwich, this should be a positive one, this is coming as a negative. So this is my best work, it should be also positive. So this should be a this should be a positive, this is coming as a negative. Okay, so again these 2 values we got a negative instead of a positive, that's why we got the result as 60%, right? So this is what regarding the lab number 6. So lab number 5 and lab number 6 are done in only one shot. Okay, fine. So we are signing out. Thank you guys.